Well, I realized that sometimes when everything is going good for you, people will try to bring you down just to say they had something to do with you falling off, or just to acknowledge they witnessed you fall off, which is not really even the same thing as falling off. When people are sabotaging you, you can't really say, I fell off. I've been getting sabotaged. The people I trusted to be my friends, the people I told all my secrets to, the people that I balled out on for years, literally paid for every and anything you can imagine for. Grown men, grown women, gifted them everything they ever wanted and needed, made sure they never had to reach in their pocket ever. I mean, millions of dollars spent trying to please these people, and it doesn't matter because they will still crab in the barrel you at the end of the day. I realized that, and I said this before, royalty wants to give up. She doesn't want the rights to the twins anymore. But in order for her to do it gracefully, she needs to take me to court one last time, which will of course cost me thousands of dollars. And we're not talking petty money. And that is her goal. Her goal is knowing that she has a lawyer for free and that I have a lawyer I have to pay. And her hope is I run out of money before this gets settled, because someone advised her that it could take a long time, which it always does, it seems like. The last case was 14 months. That's a lot of payments to be made. She's trying to, if I can't have you, no one can me. That's what she's trying to do. And she's wrong, because I've said this so many times, and I will continuously speak this into my life and into the future. I will spend, I don't care how much money, to win the rights to my kids. I will not give up on my kids. I will not. I'm sorry. And for those of you that have been confused for so long, let me clarify. I never gave up on Kamari, ever. When I moved to Las Vegas, it was because I knew that I would start a career making over $50 an hour. That was a lot of money in 2013, guys. That was 12 years ago. 12 years ago, some of y'all was just in school. So imagine young CJ So Cool without a camera making $50 an hour. That's a lot. That's a lot. So I came here with big dreams and ambitions, and it worked too. I got straight to it. And I was sending money to Nike. Kamari, when I left, was about to turn 2 years old. When Kamari first appeared on my YouTube channel, she was 4. So what type of time period do you think I actually abandoned my child? Because it never happened. Nike is a strong woman, always has been, literally, physically and mentally, especially when it comes to her kid and her kids. She has a family and a support system. She has a mom, she has a pawpaw, she calls him, that's her stepdad, and she has a dad. She had, rest in peace, a grandmother. She has a sister. She has a whole team, a village of people that helped with the first grandbaby. So when Kamari was born, I'm not gonna lie, even though I was buying her a bunch of Ralph Lauren and dripping her out and making sure she always just looked so good, they didn't need any of that. They had their own little, like they would get mad sometimes because I would always buy these outfits and I would be like, no, she's wearing this on Christmas. And they would be like, but we got her something. And I was like, oh, she can just wear that regular day. Don't even worry about it. I was that type of dad, and I've been that same person my whole life, even before I got rich. I've been that way. I was like that with my friends. They would try to do things like, oh no, this time we got you. I'd be like, nah, you know what? Keep that. You're gonna need it. I got it. And they would take that offensively, but in my head, I was just doing what was right. I knew I had the most money. I knew that even though I was giving people sauce and helping people get money, I was still getting money too. Just putting in cameras on people is what I do. So if I'm filming you, you do deserve to eat the fruits of our labor because you were a part of it. Now, if you never on camera like royalty, you deserve a lot less, you know, but I gave royalty everything as well because she was my woman, all right? The last thing I spent on royalty was $400,000 birthday in Miami. CJ on 32s was there. I rented cars for everyone. I rented the mansion for everyone. I paid for the chefs for everyone. I rented the yacht for everyone. I paid for the chefs on the yacht for everyone. We went to Mr. Jones, the club. I paid for the section. I paid for all the bottles. I paid for all the celebrations. We went shopping. I paid for all the clothes. Everything, right? I paid for everything for everyone. No one spent a dollar. And that was the last thing I really did majorly for royalty. So even royalty can't say that I'm not a good person. I knew we weren't gonna last. We were already broken up, and then I got her back just to spend more money on her and show her like, It's never gonna happen again. It's never. From not me or anyone else. And putting her on private jets and designer and all that, it still never changed who she really was deep down inside. If you literally remove the clothes that I bought her and the situation that I put her in, and you put her in the clothes that she wears currently, she's the same person. She didn't change at all. So she just being who she is, man. And I hope she sees this video, because deep down inside, she knows I'm right. She doesn't want those kids, because those kids are advanced. Like I said, guys, they're not like her kids. Her kids that she had organically with Jamie, they're just typical old kids. Easy to control. Like, I saw a clip of Leon and Jalea doing a Q&A saying, yeah, our mom steals her phone every day and goes through it all. That's why Leon can't reach out to me. Leon Ben would have reached out to me, but his mom always checking his phone. Now, that is a kid, so I'm not going to reach out to him. First of all, I don't even know his number. But just imagine wanting to call your stepdad and say, save me, bro. That's CJ and Daya. So since your own kid wants to be saved, why would my kids be saying they want to be saved? It seems like an ongoing occurrence for you, Royalty. You have kids that don't want to be your kids. And then you don't want to let them go because you assume that somehow they're going to make you rich. That is the craziest way to think about kids. Oh, they're going to make me a bag. CJ, they're going to get you paid. I'm literally arguing with her like, I don't want to have kids with you. Why would I want to start over? I have a kid. You do know that I only wanted one kid. Kamari was a handful for me. Because every time Kamari would come, I would have to deal with the drama of them not liking her and then her feeling left out. And then I'm just like, yo, this is a lot. Like, dang, I didn't know that kids came with issues. And her issue was the other kids didn't like her. And Royalty didn't like her. And I had to somehow figure it out. So Kamari was already a lot. Then she added 2 more kids to the pot. That definitely blew me. If you see the videos of me kicking Royalty out and her cursing me out and her kids there yelling at me and all that, you can see the twins are just walking back and forth. They don't even care. They like, yo, they're used to this. We don't know what's new. Like, there's no reason to stop and look at our dad or mom. They were babies, of course. They were literally wearing Pampers. But in that video, you can tell that them being used to that means that them being in our lives added a lot more pressure than we already didn't have. We didn't need that pressure. We already had the pressure of staying successful on YouTube. Our views had started to drop and decline. Of course, I was doing crazy videos, so they would climb up every time I did something crazy, like buy a kid a car or throw an extravagant birthday party. The views went crazy, millions of views. I'm not gonna deny that. But there were days where we would be like, well, I would be like, because I was the only one that cared. There were days where I would be like, bro, we only got 600,000 views, bro. What the freak? I don't think they like us anymore, bro. We gotta throw a party now. Which is dumb. It's like, my life had to be a party just to please the viewers, because everything else was like bland. They was like, that's lame, I'm not watching that. And I had to make it over the top every time. It's still extravagant, and it's like so crazy to have to invest money to make money, but it's the truth. You have to do that no matter what. You have to invest to make. My thing is, me and Royalty had to be over anyway, but when we had the kids, it definitely had to be over, because living in that house, watching all of her kids and her mom not help when it came to the twins really put extra stress on me. And I love the twins so much that even though I had just had back surgery, I'm still playing with them all day. I'm still buying them every toy that Amazon has, the trains, the roller coasters, you name it. I was making sure these kids had it, right? And then I was making sure D-Lo built it. And then I was making sure I played with them on it. And these were the things that were natural to me, because I had already been used to doing stuff for kids anyway. The thing that was unnatural to me was hearing all the baby videos on TV. It was like, okay, something's different in my life. I don't like it either. It was the freaking videos, man. I'm not gonna lie. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Yes, I am. Shut the freak up. And then Baby Shark. Baby Shark is a... Bro, that is a demonic ass song if I ever heard it. Baby Shark. Now my kids hate that sound. I literally tried to play it over the overhead speakers. They said, Dad, cut that off. We don't listen to that baby song. But I had to listen to it for 10 million times. Crazy, right? So going through the pressure of having 2 mouths to feed extra, 2 people that you invented and brought into earth, literally, that's a lot. Like, we're black. I brought 2 black human beings into earth. Do you even know the pressure that has on a man, on me, knowing that I have a son? And police be trigger happy? Oh my God. Not even only do the police be trigger happy, gangs be happy to recruit. Jails be happy to lock you up. It's too many things in this earth that make me not want to keep recreating, because it's like, yeah, it's not good out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could stop having babies, I would. All right? Because I'm not trying to bring them into this pain. I remember saying a million times to my great grandma when she would snap on me, and I'd be like, I ain't asked to be born. So look, you whooping me for no reason. You need to whoop my mama ass. Because that's how I really thought when I was a kid. So I still think the same way. We are the kids that we were. And I always used to talk back and just be mean and be rude and want the last word. I was just, but I was militant. You could tell me to do 1,000 push-ups or sit down there and hold a plank for 2 hours and I would listen to you, but I would still get the last word. But I would do what you told me to do, the punishment. That's the type of kid that I was. Kamari's the same way. You guys think Kamari is bad, but Kamari isn't. When we don't have those cameras rolling, I run the show. When the cameras are rolling, I still run the show. I'm the one coaching my older daughter to act and say things bad to me. Kamari, cuss me out real quick. Yeah, it's gonna be funny. Dad, I don't want to. Just do it for me, please, baby girl. It's gonna be so funny. That's the only coaching I do around here, and it's hard. I'm not really a good coach. When it came to Leon, Jalea, and Nation, they were so simple-minded. It was very easy to say, let's do this video, guys, please. I swear to you guys, it is gonna be so fun. And it was always fun, and they actually did like it, and they won money. It was just a good thing. But when it comes to Kamari, man, she is way more advanced. She needs something in return, up front. Come on, Kamari, let's do these videos real quick on TikTok. You gonna give me the keys to that Maybach? It's like, what the freak? That's CJ and Dea. That's what I mean when I say advanced. When I say advanced, I don't mean they can do Morse code and all that. And I'm not saying that's hard. That's just a random thing I thought of. I don't know why. But what I'm saying is, they're not quiet and mellow. CJ appears to be quiet on camera, but he's not. He asks the most questions I've ever heard. It's literally, this is another thing what drove me nuts. I've never been in a family with twins. I don't remember ever seeing twins when I grew up either. It was just something really rare. And being a young adult that's lit, that's got 6 chains on, 6 bracelets, 4 rings, and a bust down watch and designer, having kids doesn't even sound like something you want to do. It sounds like, nah, I want to keep getting the money, and then I'll have kids like later down the line when I'm ready to settle down. I wasn't ready to settle down. The kids made me settle down. I didn't settle down with royalty. I settled down with them. It was always, oh no, I can't do that. I got my kids like every time. So what did I do? I fed, played, let them sleep, played the game all day. That's what I did. I started to change my pattern. I went from doing great to doing very stagnant and just making sure the kids was okay. Y'all want to have fun? Come on, let's play. And then it was just more like that. Even the comments would say, bro, we tired of the kid baby videos, bro. I wasn't even talking the same. I was on camera like, goo goo gaga, goo goo gaga. Like, no one really liked that. That was a crazy phase for me because y'all had already saw the kids grow up. So it was like hitting reset. And then the older kids, I still had to do videos with them. And then you could just hear in the backgrounds, daddy, daddy, daddy. It's still the same way. Still the same way. And what can I say? It's already done. What's done is done. I'm not here complaining by any means. I'm just here telling it how it is, as I always do, man. No matter who likes it, I always tell it how it is. My kids want to live with me. They want to live with me permanently. And even though I never fought for primary custody, I am willing to do that now, and I am going to do that now. All I wanted to do was enroll them in school. I didn't want to take her rights. I didn't want to take the kids from her. I just wanted them to go to school for many reasons. First reason, so they can learn. Second reason, so they can get friends. Third reason, it's a free daycare. And that's mainly for royalty, because I was paying $2,300 a month for daycare, and it was advanced daycare at that. Fourth reason, because they learn different skills, social skills. They learn how to friend people. They learn how to befriend people. They learn how to say no to drugs. They learn a whole bunch of things. Sports. Like, there's so many reasons why I want them to go to school. Mainly because I don't want them to be held back. They have to go to school eventually. What's the point of starting late? My kids aren't Down syndrome babies. They don't need to start late. They're not going to slow classes. They need to be going to advanced classes. And most of the time, when those advanced kids graduate, they be 13, 14 years old, graduating, going to college at 14, 15 years old. I wanted that same thing for my kids. Why not? But now, they already missed the most important year 1. Crazy, man. Talking about start when they 7. 7? Nah, they'll start when you go to jail, because that's where you're going, royalty. You're going to jail. You're an OnlyFans model. You're a Passes model. You are in real life escort. You are owned by a pimp who claims you on camera, and you let him say it, that he has a wife, a girlfriend, a baby mama, you, and another girl. You let him say that. You didn't prep him and say, hey, yo, this might end up in court one day. You just sat there and laughed and smoked your vape pen looking crazy. Hey, but it already been out because I've been told everybody that you was this. No one should be shocked and surprised when they see you doing these activities. But just in case anyone wants to say it didn't happen, I always make sure to post it on my Snapchat. Anyway, Royalty, I've already said so many times you failed yourself and you failed your kids, but now you're failing your fans too, because once you do lose the rights to the kids, Royalty, which you will do, Charlene, once Charlene loses her rights to the kids, she's going to try to make me out to be the bad guy, as she always does. As soon as this case ends and they say, Cordero Brady, you have primary custody of your kids, you can decide where they go to school at, you can decide who's the dentist going to be, you can decide if they're going to go see their mother. When they say that, she's going to be like, see y'all, he took my kids from me. She's going to be crying, fake crying and all that. You know how they put their makeup on, sit in front of the camera and fake cry? Yeah, that's how they're good at. They're good at that. I got to give it to them. Really good at that. But she's going to do that. And I want someone to clip this and show and say, he said this was going to happen, because I already know this was going to happen. She always does what she thinks is best to do. Like she thought it was best to start those allegations. She said, you know what? Damn it. We didn't beat him in court. We didn't get child support. What are we going to do? And he has 50% rights over my kid, Mom. What are we going to do? And then the mom said, Nation, I think you should say that such and such touched such and such. And then according to Jalea in the text message from her ex, Jalea said that Nation wasn't playing the part too well, so she stood up to it and said, I'll do it. Plus, he just so cool, thinks he's the man anyway. I'm going to ruin him for you, Mom. Don't worry. And then they got together on their lot. That is the most craziest thing ever. But if you're thinking like a scorned woman, that is the most obvious thing to do. It's crazy because I'm a man. I'm like, I can't believe you did that, bro. I can't believe you just made this girl lie on me like that, knowing that shit was not true. But to a woman that's down bad, that's the first thing they going to do. Why not? It's just another black man in his career. Forget him, man. Most black mans are deadbeat anyway. Make him a deadbeat. Who cares that he wants to be in his kid's life? Take that from him. That's what she tried to do. That didn't work. Now she's trying to fight me in court. The dumbest ideas ever. I'm telling you, she does what's obvious, but she doesn't think first. Because even though it's obviously the next move you're supposed to make, it's like we're playing chess here. She's still playing checkers, trying to make basic jumps. While I'm doing all different kinds of maneuvers, I'm using my knight to hit the L on her right now. She doesn't even know what that means. Now, I'm not even trying to make Royalty out to be the bad person. I'm just telling it how it is. I'm keeping it real. Everything I say can be verified. I always keep it a buck, no matter what. Even when I'm talking about myself. Imagine a YouTuber like me, 9 million subscribers, made a video and said, guys, I messed up. I got scammed by 2 different people for almost $1 million in total in one day. So imagine spending $1 million in one day but getting absolutely nothing but some hopes. Like, I hope this works. And it didn't. That's what I did. And I'm not talking about when I gave D-Lo $100,000 and he blew that in 2 days on Robinhood. I'm not talking about that. That's crazy. The app is called Robinhood, and they literally robbed the hood. All I tried to do was be an investor. I've always tried to put money into good things and try to recreate money. So I don't want anyone to believe that Citizen Cool is just this imbecile. I'm not. I actually tried my hardest, all right? But I can't account for all the people on this earth that want to scam people and get over on nice people like me. I just so happen to be one of the most genuine, nicest human beings you can ever meet. You could be yelling in my face right now, calling me out my name. I'm not going to hit you. Now, if you touch me, I'm going to break your jaw. I'm just saying, that's how nice I am. There's some black people that you give them the opportunity, and the nigga moment is all they've been waiting to have. I'm not that type of person, which it makes me a good person, basically. Imagine not taking advantage of every nigga moment that I could when I've earned the right to be a nigga anyway. I'm black. I grew up in hell, and I made it out, and then I became successful. I deserve 1,000 nigga moments, and yet I'm still sitting here free and innocent because after that last nigga moment I had when I put my gun on that white dude, I learned my lesson. And the lesson was, get your license. That's why I got in trouble. And I didn't even get in trouble for that. Actually, you know why I didn't get in trouble? It was self-defense. They went back and watched the cameras and they saw him come up on me talking that talk. You start doing this to me, that's the same as touching me, basically. So I gotta admit, you can cuss me out, but you start doing this in my face, then we're gonna have a problem. So I learned my lesson. I got my CCW, my concealed carry weapons license. Now I can hide it or I can show it. I can do whatever I want. I've always learned my lesson. Same with getting scammed. You think I'm ever gonna put $1 million into a human's hands? Never. That was the last time I'm ever doing that. Y'all probably wondering, where did you waste that much money? I tried to invest in a Burna Boy show. He was supposed to do a show in South Africa, in Johannesburg. He's always sold out of his shows, so it sounded like a for sure deal. All I had to do was invest some cash. I didn't have to meet him. I didn't have to promote him. I didn't have to do anything. He actually promoted it on his Twitter. I verified it myself. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, this is really happening. Oh my God, I'm finna turn this into so much money. Oh my God. And I was just sitting down playing the game, waiting on this miracle to happen, and then it didn't. And it didn't because some human being error. A human being decided he was going to steal money out of the tickets before the tickets was supposed to be released to the investors, and he didn't even invest anything anyway. He just had access. He stole some money, probably $250,000. I don't even know how much he actually stole. And Ticketmaster kicked us all out, basically. So the show was canceled. Burna Boy's first canceled show. Oh my God. See, this Cool was connected to it. You didn't even know that. Yeah. So I've always tried to do what's best for my family. And you can't ever say that you've made 100% accuracy when it comes to deals. No one can say that. I mean, Donald Trump maybe, but like, you got to take an L if you're in the game of trying to win. I be trying to win, man. Sometimes I win big, sometimes I win small, sometimes I lose, sometimes I get a push. But it doesn't matter. I keep playing. That's me. So Royalty wants to play, I'm going to play. She wants to take me to court, I'm going to take her to court. She wants to win, I'm going to win. She wants to get child support, I'm going to ask her for child support. Since according to Say Cheese, she makes $30,000 a freaking day. Do the math, bruh. Do the math. Shorty is rich. She making like $930,000 a month. She's a millionaire. She need to stop giving it to that pimp and give it to me, because I'm coming for all of it. And I'm going to make her pay my lawyer fees when she's done. That means I'm getting a refund, because this is a waste of money. Why am I going to court after I already went to court? Why am I going to court after I already won in court? Why am I going to court after this lady didn't put out allegations on me that she didn't even put out in court because it didn't exist? We went to court for a whole year plus, and she never said no lying boo. And then she want to make it up. Then I beat that. Now she want to go back to court. You know, I'm finna go right to court like, Judge, this is the same lady that tried to have me arrested. Now she wants me to pay her money? Your Honor, she's crazy. I think the drugs that her pimp's giving her has her out of her body, because right now she's talking real loud. And then Your Honor's gonna say, you're right, you gotta pay him. And I'm gonna be like, I don't even want the money, Your Honor. I'm just gonna give it straight to my kids. So have it structured so that it goes straight into their bank account. I don't need child support. She wants child support, but she don't even need child support. It's just an extra win for her. She wants a win to give to her pimp and say, look, I got this to give to you. And he's supposed to do what? Pat you on the head? Good girl, good little girl. You so dumb. Out of all the things you've done, you've only done the dumbest things. Leaving Cedar So Cool was the dumbest thing you ever did in your life, first of all. Going to Funny Mike's house was the worst thing you ever done. He don't even mess with you in real life. Have you been back since? Like, out of all the things I done seen Funny Mike, he all over the internet, streaming everything. Why he didn't bring you back? Because you're a waste. You literally went to Funny Mike's house and didn't even make video content. Only he did. He was trending. You wasn't. That's the type of human she is, man. She doesn't think. I'm telling you, her frontal lobe never developed because she was smoking weed at a young age. Now she's just literally like brain fart only. Damn, man. And I had kids with her because I'm dumb too. I gotta give it to you, man. You really tricked me this time, Charlene. You got me in a situation where I can never get rid of your name. You were supposed to have been an afterthought. I already covered your face up. The tattoo is gone. Anything that I've had when I got with you, I've gave it away or sold it. All I have is what I have, and what I have did not come when I was around you. So you need to just leave me alone. After this, I want it to be over with and done. There should be no more lies you can make up. I don't want you to come out and say, oh yeah, he shot my grandmother that died, even though she don't got no damn bullet wounds. Like, I don't want you to come up with another lie in your fantasy world that you live in. I just want you to end it and say, you know what? I lost every time. I'm done messing with this man. He is him. Say that to yourself. Don't even make a video. I don't want an apology. I don't want anything from you. I just want you to leave me alone so I can have peace, honestly. I'm tired of telling my kids, I'm going to take your mom to court. I don't want to talk like that, bro. I want to talk about winning. And even though I am going to win in court, I don't want to go to court. When I go to court, I don't know if this is normal or not, but I start sweating under my armpits. Like, weird. I don't like that feeling. There's no other feeling in the world than going inside the courthouse not knowing what's going to happen because it's court. Somebody might shoot up in that thing. You never know. Like, they might wrongfully accuse somebody like, hey, there go him right there with the dreads. Like, bro, I'm not trying to be in there, bro. It's all crackheads in court, mainly anyway. I'm not trying to be around that energy, bro. It's cold in there. You got to wake up early. Everything start late. She be not even there. She be on video call. It's like, oh my God, bro. What am I? What do I do? Why did I do this to myself? I'm telling y'all, bro, I could have had my same twins with any woman. They would have came out exactly the same because they came from me. But I got finessed, man. I paid $40,000 to make sure I was going to have the worst baby mama ever. I literally bought my baby mama like a slave owner, like $40,000 for the dumbest nigga you can find. Like, come on, man. With that kind of money, I could have had a baby with damn Beyonce's sister or something. Come on. Imagine if I did that with Lexi. If I took Lexi to that same place with $40,000 and had my kids through Lexi, they would have been so good. And not only would they been so good, I would have been good. Because her mom would have been present. She would have been present. We all would have been in our right minds. No one would have been starving my kids. No one would have been making my kids wear skinny underwear. No one would be making my kids' feet bleed because their shoes are 3 sizes too small. No one would be starving my kids, feeding them nothing but honey buns. No one would be pointlessly taking my kids back and forth to Texas with no real life. Who wants to travel on a plane to Texas every week? Nobody. Because what is in it? No, I'm not trying to diss Texas. I love Texas. It's actually the 3rd most viewed state I have on my platform. But I really got to ask, who wants to go from Vegas to Texas, from Texas to Vegas, from Vegas to Texas, from Texas to Vegas every single month of their life? There's no need. She don't own property out there. She don't even rent property out there. She going from Airbnb to Airbnb. These Airbnbs cost anywhere from $150 a night, probably to $250 a night. I don't know how she's mustering up that money because that's expensive. That's an expensive lifestyle, actually. But when your credit is messed up and you have a bankruptcy on your credit and then you have an eviction on your credit, it's very hard to rent anything. You can't just rent a house and be structured and say, okay, I'm going to pay $8,000 a month. That's it. Her shit's so messed up, like you can't even stay in an Airbnb for longer than 30 days. So even if she do find a good cheap one, she in and out anyway in a month. That's not any real stability. No judge is going to say, yeah, you know what? Them kids supposed to be with you, not with him. I'm good where I'm at. I don't care who talk about where I live. I live in a good neighborhood. My neighbor is rich. All Mercedes in front of his house. About 6 Mercedes in front of his house. We living good over here. Every neighbor I got 3 acres of land. Like, I don't know who confused anybody with this internet clickbait stuff, but honest to God, this is the best house I had in a long time, and I'm very happy and proud about it too. My kids love it. I love it. Lexi love it. Ace love it. Kamari begging to come back. This is the best situation I've been in and the best feeling I've had in a long time. So even though I have to go to court, which is ruining my vibe, I know that I'm going to go in there and win gracefully because there is no other way for it to be. This is what's meant, guys. These kids are coming into my life to show me that I'm a great dad no matter what happened to me. I didn't have a dad. But it doesn't mean that I don't have the same capabilities of a good dad out there that was raised by another good dad. You know, there's always the kid that was raised by his father that's going to be a good father because he learned it from his dad. But then there's always the kid that didn't have a dad that said to himself, I would never do my kids like that. That's me. I didn't have no structure from no other man, no father in my life. And I still turned out to be a great father. Do I make mistakes? Do my kids make mistakes? Are we human? Do you bleed red or green? Let me know right now because ain't nobody watching this perfect. You might be lying to yourself and saying you is or your kids are the best kids on earth and all that. I'm proud of you, but that don't make you perfect. There's something that you didn't did that will take that perfect P right from you. So I want you guys to pray for me because I'm going through a lot. Court is very stressful for me. And I just hope that it doesn't take me from content. I hope that all my content doesn't turn into court videos again. That is what killed me. That drained me. Doing nothing but talking about court. No one wants to talk about court unless we on basketball field. I didn't call the field. I don't want to say the word court anymore, I'm telling you. But I just need you guys in the comment section to rally behind me because I read the comments and I like to see the other adults that think like, okay, CJ, out of all the trolling you do, this, you right on this, bro. I like to see that. It makes me feel good. And yeah, we gonna win this. I might start a petition. Somebody start a petition for me, please. I know there's someone watching that's smart enough to start a petition. Send it to me through text. Y'all got my number anyway. Y'all text me all day long. 702-908-5562. Go ahead and text me. Text me the link to the, I forgot what I just called it that fast. Send it to me. I'm going to repost it. we're going to get them signatures. That's all we need is the signatures for the petition. So once the petition is signed, I'm going to just show that to my lawyers, to show the judge, like, look, I know this is petty, probably don't matter, but I'm not the only one that feels like these kids will be worse with her than they would be with me. I'm not saying that they will be perfect with me, but they will be perfect with me, especially compared to her. Sometimes when I remind myself to stop comparing myself to her because she is very, very like small. Her brain is small, so her actions are all small, and she's just real drama, petty, dirty, grimy, pimped, owned, passed around. Like no one with a kid, no one with a daughter, no one with 3 daughters should be talking to a pimp. What do you think your pimp is gonna do with your daughters? He's gonna groom them into being just like you. I don't want that for any of our kids, yours or mine. So I'm telling you right now, I wish I was able to tell this to the judge. Judge, I don't want my kids being raised by a pimp and a prostitute. I just don't. I'm sorry. OnlyFans is one thing, but in real life, being connected with a pimp, that is, first of all, the most dumbest thing to admit to. That is illegal. That is so far up the chain of illegal. In Las Vegas, where I live, I've seen people on the news get life for being a pimp. And this dude is so happy to say that he is a pimp. And it's just crazy that the police didn't see that, because if I was a cop watching these videos, it'd be a lot of cases. It would. I'm sorry. But y'all lucky I don't snitch. I have no reason to. I mean, y'all not really affecting me in any way. I'm not hurt. I'm unbothered by whatever you guys have said or done on the internet, because physically nothing's happened to me. And even when those people shot me, I know they were connected to Royalty and her kids. That didn't even hurt me. It broke my femur, but I didn't even have surgery, which tells you a lot. I'm good. The way that I was built, the way that I was raised, and the way that I am has gotten me this far. I thank God, because of course he watches over me, and he continues to protect me no matter what. They throw a curveball, God tell me the curveball coming, I'm able to weave it. They throw a straight heater at me, God tell me it's coming, weave it. No matter what they do, I'm always warned and protected anyway. It's crazy, man. I know I wish I could take back a lot of videos I've done, because sometimes I super troll and sometimes I get super agitated and I yell and I do whatever I do. But without that, you really wouldn't know me. But you can trust and believe that everything I say is true, because even if I'm yelling and even if I'm not, you just know that you gotta believe what I'm saying, because I don't have no reason to lie. I don't stutter, I don't make mistakes, barely. I barely even breathe, because when I'm talking, I know what I'm saying because it's true and there's no other way around it. So for anybody watching this video that wants to create the petition, I would thank you kindly. Anyone that wants to comment in the comment section something nice, I would appreciate it kindly. But this video has come to an end, because my brain, it really rots when I think about Royalty. Even though it makes me happy to do these videos, knowing that I'm going to stay motivated because she's trying to take me down, it drains me. Like I talked about earlier, I'm not going to get back into it, but just know that it does hurt.